You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, hear why the Prime Minister says the government has taken on the role of the Grand Bahama Port Authority. Plus, South Abaco MP John Pinder reveals the impact on the island since North Abaco MP Kirk Cornish resigned. And residents react to the opening of the Bazaar Road. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis is not easing up on the Grand Bahama Port Authority. In May, during his budget report, Prime Minister Davis charged the Grand Bahama Port Authority to address the concerns raised by Grand Bahamians and international investors. While this time, the nation's leader is expressing that the government has now taken on the role of the organization. Our Aja Kwan explains.
Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis not mincing on words when it comes to the status of Grand Bahama Island as he continues to hold the Grand Bahama Port Authority accountable for the facelift of Freeport. Just last week, Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce's President James Carey says he believes that time is running out to make Freeport a boomtown. Well, now the nation's leader is responding, saying the time is not running out, but it is running.
We, in fact, have taken over the role of the Port Authority, and it's not fair to the Bahamian people for us to be, as it was, subsidizing the Port Authority for what they should be doing.
Prime Minister Davis expressing his concerns that the potential and promise of Freeport has always been lagging, and he believes for that promise to be fulfilled, there has to be a paradigm shift in the ownership structure.
It is clear to me that the interests of the owners do not truly align with the interests of the people of Grand Bahama and in President Freeport in particular, and until those align, we will have no growth.
While he says Grand Bahama's economy is still sluggish, the government has seen an incremental growth this year as a result of the work the government has been doing.
Construction is picking up. The construction of the Carnival cruise port, the hospital, those will add something to the economy.
And the nation's leader says what is most important is to
right the ship of the Port Authority and decide how we will ensure that its full potential could be realized without hindrance.
Now, the Prime Minister did not say exactly what the next steps are to addressing the Port Authority's role, but he contends that his government is ensuring that better days are ahead for the island. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Azra Quant.
Meantime, the sale of the Grand Lucayan Resort remains a top priority for the government, while on the island, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, telling our ZNS News team that they remain optimistic in selling the island's premier hotel property.
I was advised by my team the other day that there were two persons that they're looking at seriously. They were to bring to me in the proposals. It has not reached my desk yet, but we are assiduously looking for a buyer.
Switching gears now, Member of Parliament for North Abaco, Kirk Cornish, has stepped down from his role as Parliamentary Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister over in Abaco. This coming as the Member of Parliament was arraigned for two counts of rape and sexual assault. While his position is yet to be filled, the question is, does his absence impact the island of Abaco? Our Jolanda Thompson Everest joins us live now with the latest. Jolanda?
It's been 2 weeks since embattled Member of Parliament Kirk Cornish has resigned as Parliamentary Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister on the island of Abaco. The resignation came as a surprise and as a concern to some who questioned how would this impact the island. The Prime Minister at the time assuring the people of North Abaco that efforts to build opportunities and relief in their communities will face no interruptions. South Abaco MP John Pinder says that is a promise made and a promise kept.
I don't see any disruption in business or recovery moving forward. The departments are here working diligently. We are moving forward in a real positive and constructive way. There wouldn't be any lapse in that, and I'm sure before time comes where we need somebody sitting in there, the Prime Minister will appoint or position however he feels best.
Pinder adds that Abaco has seen a stellar summer this year, and the government continues in its commitment to restoring the island that has suffered much as a result of Hurricane Dorian.
Everything is progressing well, including infrastructure projects like the hurricane shelter, like the Pelican Shore roads, like a lot of these other things upcoming. What we've been doing from Sandy Point, from docks in Sandy Point to Moores Island to the Grand Key new water facility, to all of these projects are moving forward in a real positive way.
The Member of Parliament contends that business opportunities seem to be budding and that the island of Abaco is still moving strong despite some difficulties and even disappointments.
Private sector is booming. Every other day I see a help wanted sign. I see a new business opening. That's the entrepreneurs really taking their dream and bringing it to reality. So Abaco is coming back in a really strong way. And I'm really proud to see the resilience of the Abaconians being shown even 4 years after Dorian. We have not stopped. We are going to bring it back, bring this island back bigger and better before.
Mr. Pinder concludes that despite Cornish having to step down, the commitment to the people of Abaco remains the same. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson Everest.
Thanks so much, Jolanda. Well, good news for the island of Grand Bahama. Just days after the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxey, indicated that the Bazaar Road will be reopened. Local taxi drivers and other Grand Bahama residents are offering their views regarding this major announcement. Raven Davis has more in this report.
The Princess Towers and Country Club remains shuttered after many years. Though placed in prime location in the center of the city, the resort property fell into ruins, largely due to hurricanes and economic constraints in the early 2000s. The road, namely West Sunrise Highway, also closed as the property owners constructed a man-made beach. Years later, the property sits in a derelict state, prompting many residents to call for the road to be reopened. Those cries heeded by the Minister for Grand Bahama, who recently announced the government's intention to open the road.
It's about time. When they spiked the nail in the middle of Princess and put that man-made beach, they destroy Freeport. So I say to the authorities who's doing it, long time coming. Let's do it right. Open the road up.
I think that's a good idea because going way around the Bazaar way, it's waste so much of time, but say if that road cut straight there, you could just go straight out.
That road should have been open a long time, man. It saved me an extra gallon of gas for going all the way around the Bazaar when I could take West Sunrise and go straight to the harbor.
I think if they can reopen it, it's a good idea, but it's actually what else they're going to put there after they reopen it.
It's clear to see that large trees and other thick bushes have overtaken this area, a poignant reminder of what once was. However, there are some residents offering a dissenting view, charging that the road remained closed for various reasons.
Because it don't make any sense. There's nothing there. The hotel rotting down, everything is gone. The bazaar is gone, everything is gone. So when they open it, what is going to be like?
I prefer to leave it the way it is. You know how many people get killed on that road? And what happened to the folks at the Raven Mall? Their business going to drop. No traffic will be coming that area.
We did get a chance to speak to some tenants at the Raven Mall to hear their concerns. They say they have no qualms about the road's eventual reopening.
I don't think it's going to divert it because they know that the Raven Mall is here. And if they need something in the Raven Mall, then they'll turn here. They do the same thing when they go to the U.S.
I think we should, of course, bring business in by advertising. So really, I don't think it would divert it from just, of course, more avenues or more openings.
Now, no definitive date as to just when the road will be reopened. But according to residents, there is one question that remains. Once it is opened, just what will be placed in the immediate vicinity? Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
In other news, the president of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce is sharing his concerns with the island's level of customer service. Tonight, he says if the island is preparing to come back, we must do better with hospitality. Jolanda Thompson-Everest reports.
The Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce President James Carey is calling on all business owners to make some adjustments within their businesses. He says that Grand Bahama can lead the way when it comes to quality of service, but hospitality is an issue.
It's a wonderful opportunity, and sometimes, we think that what we are doing out of sight of our managers, etc., and then sometimes our managers are guilty of the same thing. It's all okay, but it is impacting us, and every misstep we make is impacting us.
While noting that business owners can be the driver of their own success, the Chamber President explains that some of these businesses have to step up their game if they want to see a consistent profit. He explains that collecting a large sum of money may be the goal, but that is not the only focus of a business.
Tips and that sort of thing. The delivery of service enhances the earnings, and it does so all over the world. We just need to up our game. Our service is just not at a level that it ought to be at, and we need to just change some of the disposition that we have.
Carey furthering that there are some employees who are sometimes snobby with customers and would speak to them in a condescending tone. He highlights behaviors as such ought to be checked and dealt with immediately. He then adds when a person finds themselves in a job they may not love, their motive should be questionable.
Don't want to be in a type of employment where we have to deliver service, then we should find something else. But, the service and hospitality in stores, the plumber, the handyman, the gardener, they're all offering a service. And the service just needs to come up to where there's pride in what we do, there's appreciation for what we do, and we work together to give the appearance and reality that Grand Bahama is delivering a quality of service unmatched anywhere, and we're capable of doing that. We just need to do it.
Carey explains that every job plays an important part in the economy, and no matter how great or small it is a business that may be needed. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
In news from police on Grand Bahama conducted a joint operation as a demonstration of their firm commitment to reducing criminal activity on Sunday, August 20th, between the hours of 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. Officers from the Marine Support Services and the Rapid Response Unit initiated a road and marine safety campaign. This operation targeted prolific offenders, motorists that fail to adhere to the traffic laws and regulations, as well as sailors who fail to comply with maritime laws and regulations. The joint operation led to the arrest of 7 individuals for various criminal offenses and the issuance of 8 traffic citations. Additionally, officers executed 3 search warrants, aboard 3 vessels, and conducted searches of 25 individuals. Once again, members of the public are urged to fully comply with all laws governing the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, as failure to do so will result in individuals being charged in the magistrate's court. Well, a number of back-to-school jamborees held this past weekend. We'll have that story, sports, and more when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, return.
You asked for it, you've got it. A new plant nursery, fully loaded with everything you need and extended hours. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
We all need to save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
It's ATIS Company Limited's 4th annual back-to-school drive-through giveaway from noon until 6 p.m. Free hot dogs, hamburgers, soft drinks, games for the kids, free backpacks and school items while supplies last. Number 3 Thackeray Street, Queens Highway. National Heroes Holiday Weekend kicks off with a bang Friday, October 6th with the invasion of the Passport Gang at the Zone Sporting Lounge, and Saturday, October 7th with a Bear Fest on the grounds of Dreams and Chasers, Marsh Harbor, Abaco.
Let's keep it clean. Put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not in the street. No, yeah. So put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not on the streets. Just put it in the trash, my guy.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
Put it in the trash. Put it in the trash. That's it, that's it. Put it in the trash. Just put it in the trash. That's it, that's it. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not in the street. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Yeah. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Yeah. We just gotta keep Grand Bahama clean.
If you're a bystander and you witness a vehicle accident involving a passenger, a power pole, and a downed power line, do not approach the accident scene. Stay in your car and call 919 for emergency medical assistance. Then call GB Power at 352-8411 so that they can disconnect the electricity from the accident site. Though persons may want to help, it's important to keep everyone away from the electrical equipment or from fallen wires. Rescue can only be attempted by a person trained to use special live line tools. If possible, talk to the passengers in the vehicle by yelling out. Encourage the passengers to avoid touching the car frame and not to move until help arrives. This message was brought to you by the Grand Bahama Power Company, reminding you that if it's down, it's dangerous.
Sometimes you want pizza vibe without the whole dang pie. Now, there's a new way to get the bold flavors of pizza whenever and wherever you want. You just got to try Pizza Hut's new melt in buffalo chicken, meat lovers, pepperoni lovers, and chicken bacon wrap for just $6.99 with VAT. Pizza Hut's new melts are cheesy, crispy, and loaded. Call us at 352-9191 to satisfy your pizza vibe cravings.
They try to push rich on me, they want to push rich on me. They don't care in front of company.
The King of the North is back. Cowboys 104.5 FM.
Your number one news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The new academic school year is right around the corner in the country, and the back-to-school giveaways have begun. Leading the way is the Pine Ridge constituency in conjunction with Kiwanis Club of Freeport, who hosted their back-to-school giveaway this past weekend. Many children and constituents flocking to the Columbus Park area, where the Minister for Grand Bahama says it is an annual event and it is a fun time for the kids before school reopens.
There are so many kids who do not have. And so, you know, as we go door to door and continue to go throughout the community, we hear of some of those stories. Throughout the year, we've still been assisting. So people would come to our office that's open from 9 to 5 every day, except the weekends. And so they come there and we are able to assist them with needs like that. And so we just want to make sure the kids have what they need. And we also want them to have some fun before, you know, going back into the classroom.
We're a service organization
Foundation, we love to go there in the community and assist. And when we hear it was for a back to school event, you know, our motto is serving the children of the world. So we were excited to do this.
It was also a fun day for the community with music, food, entertainment for the kids, haircuts, braiding, and much more. The day was also the launch of free Wi-Fi for the park.
The government of the Bahamas committed to having free Wi-Fi in parks throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I think last year it was launched at the same time, back to school, in the C.A. Smith Park in back of town. And so today it's launched here. So excited for the people in this community. It's an initiative by the Ministry of Economic Affairs in conjunction with the Ministry of Finance. And so we are happy to be a part of this and have this community in Pine Ridge launched with free Wi-Fi.
Well, in this back-to-school giveaway report, a Grand Bahama man has traveled back home to give back to his community, Martintown, 8 Mile Rock. Marvin Barr, who now resides in the Dominican Republic, says it was only right as he holds the community dear to him.
This is where my aunt solidified herself. She's given a lot to this community. It's also where I grew up. So it's something that was very true and dear to me. So I went to my group, the Warriors Investment Network Group, and they helped donate it and put it together to give away 150 school bags to the kids. In this community now, we have people like Buddy Hill, John Quell Jones, and I just want the kids in this community to realize that anything is possible, not just in sports, but just in anything that they want to accomplish in school. We need lawyers, we need doctors. In Grand Bahama and 8 Mile Rock, the community has been through a lot in the past years, and I just want to do my small part along with the group to give back to the community, to show that we appreciate all the things that the community has done for the people that came out of here and the people that are still here.
He is now encouraging any Bahamian that may live abroad to give back to their respective communities.
You can't forget where you come from. And even though that we are outside, you know, once a year, twice a year, 3 times a year, as much times as you can afford, as much times as you can, come back to give back to your community, because that's where it's all started. None of us would be nowhere without the community of 8 Mile Rock, without Grand Bahama. And it's very important for us to show the kids that anything is possible. I mean, we might be in a small country, in a housing arrangement might not be the best. We might not be in the best schools, but once you have the desire, the drive, and the grit, anything is possible.
Well, the stage was set at the National Athletic Center in Budapest, Hungary, as 5 Bahamian athletes formed the vanguard of the 11-member team in the opening weekend of the championships. Meanwhile, the Bahamas' men's national basketball team secured a spot in the 2024 Olympic qualifying tournament, and in swimming, Team Bahamas finishing first overall at the Goodwill Games in Jamaica. It's all coming up in ZNS Total Sports. Returning after a hiatus from last year's event in Eugene, Oregon, Stephen Gardner rekindled his dominance, speeding to victory in the first heat of 6, clocking an impressive 44.65 seconds. Moving forward, the 27-year-old showcased his mettle by securing a spot in the semifinals with the 3rd fastest time overall. The 400-meter finals will take place this coming Thursday, August 24th. In Heat 2 of the men's 400 meters, Alonzo Russell took to the track in pursuit of excellence. The 31-year-old displayed resilience, but ultimately finished 7th with a time of 46.95 seconds. Still in track, Grand Bahamian Terrence Jones gracing the starting line in the heats of the men's 100 meters. Jones unfortunately failed to mirror his previous successes, finishing 6th in the heat with a time of 10.32 seconds. This placed him at 42nd overall out of a competitive field of 57 contenders. Meanwhile, Donald Thomas, the veteran 39-year-old high jump champion from Grand Bahama, exhibited flashes of his former self, yet the winning formula seemed to elude him as he finished in 9th place in Group A with a best jump of 7 feet 4.5 inches. Moving to the hardwood. In a thrilling FIBA basketball showdown, the Bahamas men's national basketball team has clinched a coveted spot in the upcoming Olympic qualifying tournaments set for next summer. With their sights set on a berth in the Paris Olympic Games, the Bahamas will join 19 other FIBA Basketball World Cup teams in a fierce competition. The path to victory was paved by Eric Gordon, who emerged as the standout performer, leading all scorers with an impressive 27 points. Travis Munnings contributed significantly with 16 points. Notably, Buddy Hield made a substantial impact by netting 15 points in over 30 minutes of play, while Franco Miller added 9 points to the team's tally. With this victory under their belt, the Bahamas now sets its sight on the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments scheduled for July 2nd through 7th, 2024. The stakes are high as the top 4 teams emerging from the intense competitions will earn the coveted opportunity to compete in the basketball events at the 2024 Paris Olympics. And finally in sports, Team Bahamas making a splash at the Goodwill Swimming Championships held in Kingston, Jamaica. The Bahamas' swimming dominance remains unshaken as they emerged triumphant at the recently concluded Goodwill Swimming Championships. Securing the top spot, Team Bahamas dominated the Goodwill Games with an impressive overall score of 1,418.50 points. The host nation, Jamaica, secured second place with a score of 1,143.50 points, while last year's champion, Trinidad and Tobago, accumulated 970.50 points. Across 3 exhilarating days of competition, the 40-member team demonstrated their excellence by clinching an astonishing total of 129 medals. Among these, they clinched 55 gold medals, 45 silver medals, and 29 bronze medals. Not only did Team Bahamas make a substantial impact on the event, but they also left a trail of records in their wake at the National Aquatic Center in Jamaica. Now, members of Team Bahamas landed on Grand Bahama late this evening on board the nation's flight carrier, Bahamas Air. We spoke to some of the champions, and we'll have the details in tomorrow's sports feature. But here are some quick highlights of Team Bahamas arriving home.
Bellevue Business Depot is offering a 20% off back-to-school sale on all school supplies. We've got all your back-to-school supplies. You name it, we've got it. Pens, pencils, composition books, rulers, glue, sharpeners, writing books, geometry sets, backpacks, and so much more. Get this, we also have 2024 diaries available. Shop at Bellevue Business Depot today, located on Queens Highway, Freeport.
New this month at Island Bedding and Furniture. 5- and 7-piece dining room sets. Gorgeous natural wood dining tables and bench sets in mango, acacia, or shisham wood, and your pick of additional chairs. All new living room pieces, including sectional, TV stands, accent tables, and more. For the bedroom, we're all about platforms, unbelievable prices, and no box spring required. Come on down to Island Bedding and feast your eyes on prices you have to see to believe.
Get your free gift with your $115 purchase going on now at Pandora in the Port Lacaya Marketplace. Let's get the party started. It's all about customer appreciation. $2 Wednesdays at Dreams and Chasers, Resilient Square, Marsh Harbor, Abaco. Free hors d'oeuvres while supplies last.
Guess what? Budget Pest Control has something important to show you. Cocta termites vermicalis, the super termite. What makes them super? Their ferocious appetite can attack your home from below and above. They even attack forestry. But don't worry. Budget Pest Control has extensively studied this species on Grand Bahama. You can even check out our scientific paper. So you can count on us to protect your investment. Call Budget Pest Control, the termite specialist.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Danya Thompson, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We wish you a happy birthday and say thanks for always watching. We also want to say a special happy birthday to our colleague Angel Russell. We hope you are enjoying it. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, school repairs on target, a possible shark attack being probed, a green light for the Royal Caribbean Paradise Island Beach Club. In sports, big win for men's basketball. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Happy Monday. Good evening. I'm Desmond Saunders. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks so much for looking in. Almost 2 years in government since being elected, and expectations by some members of the public have mounted that a cabinet shuffle is in order. Well, Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis is the only person who could answer that question. And while the Prime Minister gave no definitive answer, he did indicate the topic is being discussed.
Cabinet is an institution that carries with it collective responsibility. Where a person is in that cabinet does not take away from that. It does not take away from that. So that we have collective responsibility. We are at just near the halfway. I call this my halfway point before we move into what I call election mode. And we are thinking of what we are talking together as ministers to determine how best each one of us may better serve the new way forward.
With just a week left before the official start of the new school year, government officials ensuring that schools undergoing whatever level of repairs are completed in time for the 40,000 plus public school students to return to the classroom. Carl Palmer tells us that the Prime Minister led the tour of several schools here in New Providence yesterday.
With millions of dollars in contracts for school construction and repairs, officials deem it imperative they see firsthand the work and ensure students are in an improved environment conducive to learning. Having walked through Government High School, T.A. Thompson Junior High, Woodcock Primary and R.M. Bailey Senior High School, Education Minister the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin noted her satisfaction.
I am so pleased at what our contractors have brought to the table. The expertise, the passion, the sacrifice in helping us to achieve the agenda. We expect that all of our schools will open for the students on the 28th. There are some campuses where the work will continue while teachers, in one or two schools, teachers will go to a plan B before coming onto the campus. But it is our anticipation that on the 28th, the young people of this nation, in their uniforms, will enter schools nationwide.
From new roofs and ceilings, electrical, plumbing, tiling, installation of storm frame windows, and painting, to simply changing locks, the scope of works is extensive throughout. The construction of a new pavilion at Uriah McPhee Primary School by Scorpio Evans of Scorpio Construction Company is also getting a thumbs up by not only Prime Minister Davis, but Minister Sears and State Minister for Disaster Preparedness and Reconstruction, the Honorable Miles LaRoda.
What has really impressed me, that's made me so pleased, is the love and attention that is being paid to detail. This is quite a bold initiative on the part of the minister to say, look, we need to have our children have the ability not to stay cooped up all day in an enclosed school and environment, but the ability to be outside to have fresh air.
It complements the Minister of Education's vision to have really top-notch facility.
This can accommodate graduations, proms, assemblies, meeting places where the need to spend in the private sector could be almost nullified.
The school repairs are being shared between the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Public Works, with the Ministry of Education taking full responsibility of schools on Grand Bahama and the Family Islands, while the Ministry of Public Works are responsible for schools here in New Providence. All of it at a cost of $20 million. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Carla Palmer.
Meantime, the Prime Minister is scolding the print media for what he terms not getting their facts right. He was speaking to the purported collapse of the roof of R.M. Bailey High School's pavilion under construction. The Prime Minister branded reporting of events as exaggerated and called on the Fourth Estate to be more responsible.
The first thing you talk about is a roof. So the whole country is believing that some roof, shingle and complete, somehow collapsed. And it was constructed by some friends of the Progressive Party, some friends who got a contract, right? And he was incompetent, which is so far from the truth. But that's the impression that the print media gave.
Minister Davis underscored that he, in fact, was on site inspecting the school that very same day when the incident occurred. He indicated that not even a third of the trusses, the wood used to frame the roof, were up when he says a worker reportedly removed the brace supporting those trusses.
The contractor very responsibly said, that's my agent. He did it. He ought not to have done it. It's going to be at no cost to the government, and we will correct this. And I have, like the Minister of Works, I have confidence in this contractor.
I have no further discussion. The PM already said what he had to say, and I am the prime contractor for A&M Construction. And as he said, we take full responsibility of what had happened. And I want the public to know that I am a 4-decade building contractor, and I build places for both governments.
Bahamas Union of Teachers president has gotten the education minister's ear to hear concerns about pushing the start of the new school year to another date. This means schools would be starting later in September each year instead of August.
Discussed it, and next year we have determined that the school will that the summer months will be for summer vacation, and in the early first week in September we will resume school. We're doing that because end of August brings the end of the summer, more or less, and then it gives you a sense of renewal, and hopefully it's cooler. And so this is an issue that we have determined will be the next year. We had published the 19th of August for school reopening, and we've agreed that that date is not reasonable, and so we will seek to open school at a later time in the first days of September.
Bahamians were glued to their television sets last night to watch history in the making. Marcellus Hall joins us live in studio with more on that. Marcellus, a big, big win.
Indeed, Desmond, a big win indeed, as our senior men's national basketball team pulled off an 82-75 win over the 4th-ranked team in the world, Argentina. They win the pre-Olympic qualifying tournament and move one step closer to Paris in 2024. Now, our Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg, was courtside and full of emotion and pride.
Finally, after 50 years of trying, we finally be able to cross that bridge where we're able to knock on the door of the Olympics. And let me say, the road of this began a little while back. And, when we started and we wanted to make sure this program became attractive as we continue to progress, and even under my leadership as the former president and even as one of the former coaches, we wanted to continue to attract the best we got out there. And as you can see, as we continue to progress, once we bring Chris DeMarco on and some of our local coaches who are coaching in the United States, we began to attract persons like Eric Gordon, Buddy Hield, and DeAndre New was there all along. And so they've yet to see what is to come.
So we'll have a lot more from that game a little bit later on coming up in sports. Back to you, Desmond.
Well, thank you very much, Marcellus. The Bahamas Tonight continues, and stay tuned. Police investigating a possible shark attack, that and more when we return.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Welcome to a world where hope is still loud, where dreams are still relevant, and determination has no substitute. Welcome to a nation where the people are still warm, resilient, and innovative. And Commonwealth Bank is at the center of it all, giving innovation and progress an extra push for more than 60 years. We're here for Bahamians because we are Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking services.
Just when Leo was about to buy this useless pair of Hands underwear, he remembered that it was Tuesday. Hungry for deals? You better come satisfy it at KFC before doing something crazy. Crazy Tuesdays! 5 juicy, mouth-watering pieces of world-famous KFC chicken, handmade with a secret blend of 11 herbs and spices for only $10. Crazy Tuesdays! A finger-licking good deal.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Give me my things. Triple P, move out of my lucky seat, boy, because I trying to hit one of these jackpots so I could plan my retirement.
Retirement? Yeah, you straight. This the island game, and Percy's pension plan is back.
What you talking about? How NIB good? Ain't gonna be no pension for none of we.
Now, listen, this Percy's pension plan, what I talking about. All you gotta do, put $20 on your account, and you enter to win one of 13 different pension plans.
What?
Up to $1,000 a week for a year. What? And you can win more than one, you know.
Oh, well, thank you, Island Game, because I know one of them pension is mine. Now get out of my chair. While you up, give me that $20 so I can put on my account. Thank you. You owe me this long enough.
The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
A first court appearance today for a man and woman who were allegedly involved in impregnating the woman's 11-year-old daughter. The two are back behind bars tonight. Corville Pyfrom on the story tonight.
The 45-year-old man and the 40-year-old woman appeared in court this afternoon before Senior Magistrate Shaka Seville, each facing serious charges, each believed in different ways to be responsible for causing profound harm to an 11-year-old girl. The man, a resident of Kemp Road, charged with 5 counts of sexual intercourse with a minor or dependent. Prosecutors allege these incidents, which reportedly happened at her Kemp Road area residence, spanned a 4-month period from March through July of this year. The child's mother, appearing in the same court but separately, was charged with aggravated causing harm, intentionally helping a minor to abort a fetus, and for failing to report the abuse of a minor. Now, this morning's proceedings had to be briefly interrupted after it was discovered that the alleged mother of the female defendant was secretly video recording proceedings inside the court. The phone was confiscated, the woman given a stern reprimand. In fact, Senior Magistrate Seville told the woman she was getting off the hook easy, as other courts would have been harsher with issuing a penalty. The Senior Magistrate instructed officers to have the phone checked thoroughly to ensure that it was sterile before having it returned to the woman. The two accused were in court just days after National Security Minister Wayne Munro brought the matter to the public domain.
I've had a troubling report of an 11-year-old girl who was impregnated by her mother's boyfriend, and then an abortion was procured through pills.
The defendants were not required to enter pleas to the charges. They're due back in court on January 15th, 2024, when their matter is expected to proceed by way of a voluntary bill of indictment. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corbell Pyfrom.
Police investigating a possible shark attack in waters off Saunders Beach. Officers discovered a man believed to be in his early 20s, partially submerged sometime after 7 o'clock this morning, only wearing swimming trunks with a bare back. When he was retrieved from the water, police say he has sustained significant injuries to his left arm and ear, consistent with that to be of a shark attack. The matter is now before His Majesty's coroner. Police Press Liaison Officer Chief Superintendent Chrisling Skippings offered this advice to beachgoers.
To minimize losing a life or causing any significant injuries to anyone, I want to encourage you to, when you come to the beach, bring family members or bring someone along with you who can assist you in the event of an emergency. And then to those beachgoers who frequent the beach, even though you're out here catching the cool breeze or swimming, I want you to also pay attention to other beach goers, to swimmers in the area. Pay attention to them while you're out here, because if something goes wrong again, you would be able to render some assistance, or you may be able to make that call in order to save that individual's life.
Despite pushback from Atlanta's Paradise Island Resort and some environmentalists about Royal Caribbean's $100 million beach club on Paradise Island earlier this year, the Department of Environmental Planning and Protection has approved the project on the grounds RCI substantively addressed the environmental concerns. Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, was asked about the controversy surrounding the beach club and whether he believes the disapproval will settle now that the Department of Environmental Planning and Protection has granted the go-ahead, also citing a high degree of representation during consultation with key players. While uncertain about the project's detractors will react, the Deputy Prime Minister says he was pleased by the widespread consultation.
I hope that this collaboration will in fact continue, and where there were suggestions, I trust that those suggestions will be appropriately considered as well. So I cannot speak to whether there will be backlash or not. Clearly, some organizations act on their own motivations, but if those motivations were environmental, I'm delighted to hear that the government has advanced the process to a point where DEPP has been able to look at all of the environmental concerns and have them addressed appropriately.
Now, the 17-acre property was also the subject of a legal battle, as Bahamian Toby Smith also had plans to build his own attraction on Paradise Island. As what's next for the RCI project slated for the western end of Paradise Island, Cooper says that it is up to the developers.
They made a proposal, the government of Bahamas considered it, and I think that brings us to the point where we are today. There's been an environmental assessment on the project, and therefore go to next.
Other news for you tonight, the 13th Commonwealth Women's Affairs Ministers meeting began at the Atlanta's Paradise Island Resort today. The main focus, the advancement of gender equality and women's empowerment for sustainable development. Chairperson and wife of the Prime Minister, Anne-Marie Davis, held a high-level event before the official opening. LaDon Davis was there.
Speaking to more than 1,000 women, host and wife of the Prime Minister, Anne-Marie Davis says this high-level meeting gives a voice for the voiceless and is centered around gender-based violence.
More than ever before, this discussion has never been more critical. Together, we have the power to shape a future where all Commonwealth citizens and global citizens, regardless of gender, can flourish, contribute, and lead. So violence against women is not inevitable. The right policies and programs bring results, meaning comprehensive long-term strategies that tackle the root causes of violence, that protect the rights of women and girls.
Commonwealth Secretary General, the Right Honourable Baroness Patricia Scotland KC, gave some startling statistics on violence against women and the impact on women in the region.
In 2017, 87,000 women were killed. More than half by an intimate partner or family member. At least 200 million women and girls have undergone female genital mutilation or cutting in 31 countries where the practice is concentrated. At least 2 billion women in our world have experienced sexual harassment. And we know that when crises or chaos is thrust upon societies, violence against women and girls increases.
Now, this high-level meeting for women's affairs comes to an end on Wednesday. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
Marcellus Hall joins us in studio with a check on what's coming up in sports. Marcellus.
Coming up in sports for this evening, our men's national basketball team making history as they are now one step away from the Olympics. With the details just ahead in sports.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the ZNS New College Freshman Giveaway. For more information, go to www.znsbahamas.com/giveaways.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
Summer's winding down, but the Nassau Cruise Port is still turning up the heat with their Summer Saturday concert series.
We envisioned the amphitheater to be a stage for the local artists, and we wanted to bring that to light with our summer series this August. This week we will have Judah the Lion and the Rhythm Band performing. The series begins at 8 and ends at midnight. We do have local food trucks that would be here to supply the food, and we are partnering with Commonwealth Brewery as our liquor sponsor, and they will be here. This week's brand of choice is Kalik, so we're excited to see how this week goes. If you're looking for something to do on a Saturday, the Cruise Port is where it's at. It's a free concert series. Again, it's 8 p.m. until midnight, so it gives you something fresh, something new, and authentically Bahamian to do. Be sure to follow us on social media, Nassau Cruise Port. That's Facebook and Instagram, as well as LinkedIn, to stay tuned for other events that we have coming up.
I recently got in contact with one of the organizers, and they were like, they'd love for me to join the series here in August, and it's been rolling ever since that, so I'm excited to kick it off. Bahamas, look ya. New things. We love new things. This is the newest thing on the block, literally. Something new to do, something family-friendly, fun-oriented entertainment. We love looking for new things to do and bringing our friends and family out there to create new memories, and this is the perfect opportunity to do that with Judah the Lion, and the rest of us at the Nassau Cruise Port. Let's get it.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Joshua Robbins, and this is Tourism Today.
My mommy made sure that I was vaccinated because she loves me.
Getting our precious little ones vaccinated protects them from so many diseases like polio, measles, and whooping cough. Vaccines are safe and effective. Immunizations can prevent illnesses and even death. Vaccines are essential for new and returning students. As you begin back-to-school preparations, ensure that your children's vaccinations are up to date. All vaccines are available at all public health clinics. This message is brought to you by PAHO WHO, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and USAID.
Aries Fabrics and Uniform Store wants to get you ready for back to school. Find ready-made uniforms and uniform fabrics for all schools in the Bahamas. Carrie's also sells skirts, blouses, shirts, jumpers, boys' shorts, and pants. You can even have your uniform skirts custom made. Also find school bags, school supplies, socks, and underwear. That's Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store on Mackey Street. Call 393-0758.
Dreaming of the perfect summer getaway? Apply for a debt consolidation or personal loan to win an airline ticket to Paris, Miami, or New York. Win up to $2,500 in cash and more. For details, call 356-7764 for Nassau, 602-6811 for Freeport, 823-4374 for Abaco.
Lowe's means a lot to me. Seeing my customers smile brightens my day. Family is important to me. I love spending quality time with my grandchildren. I'm happy to celebrate 70 years with Lowe's. My name is Constance Penn. I've been working with Lowe's for 48 years. I hope and trust that they have another 70 years to come.
You choose to save when you choose to shop at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. So cheesy macaroni and cheese, 7 1/4 ounce, 89 cents. Amerlanda milk, 1 liter, $1.59. Hillendale eggs, extra large, 1 dozen, $1.89. Sweet Gala apples, 3 for $1.09. Chicken drumsticks, 89 cents per pound. Donate your change to help feed the Humane Society animals at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
It's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one and the car say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
With the help of our authorized financial institutions, or AFIs, using sand dollars is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Step 1. Identify your preferred AFI by browsing their websites or contacting them directly. Step 2. Download the free mobile application from Google Play or the Apple Store and then register for a Sand Dollar account. Step 3. Load money onto your mobile app and begin sending and receiving Sand Dollars or purchasing and selling goods and services.
We are pleased to be
your Central Bank approved
digital wallet providers. It does not matter
which of us you choose.
You can pay for goods and services
wherever Sand Dollar is accepted.
We are all in this together.
Visit sanddollar.bs for more information.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works.
Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code. Select your payment amount and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Many Bahamians understandably take for granted the beautiful sunny weather we enjoy every day, but believe it or not, the country's future generation has a thirst to learn more about meteorology and its effects on our environment. Altaviz Munnings explains.
Man, they coming for Basil's spot. They coming for Mr. Dean's spot.
You can basically label Kendall Isaacs, the grandnephew of Kendall G.L. Isaacs, as one of the country's future meteorologists. He's among a group of young Bahamians extremely interested in learning about the science and its impact on the Earth. More importantly, right here in the Bahamas. They're the first participants of the Ministry of Transport and Housing's Niccolo P. Small Meteorology Cadet Program.
I have always been interested in the atmosphere and weather, and this was my opportunity to get a first-hand feel into the field.
It was always just a fascination for just trying to understand something I did not comprehend at the time.
Meteorology had never really been on my radar, but after I seen it in the newspaper, I said, well, let's, try it out, see how it goes. And I was actually surprised that Basil Dean was the teacher. I didn't know he was getting someone so famous, And
then we go here and we say we want to load up the show.
And a part of their practice was visiting ZNS's studios to watch the famous chief meteorologist Basil Dean at work. The bonus? Appearing with Mr. Dean on national television. And they loved it.
Just being able to look up and be able to say, I know what's going on. Mr. Dean taught me that, so it has been an amazing experience thus far.
What did he teach us? I had no idea. I didn't even know the things I teach us existed. Cumulus, Nimbus, Cloud, all this stuff, I had no idea. He opened a whole new world to me.
I love everything we've learned. Mr. Dean has been an excellent teacher for all of us, and I would say he's really left an impression, especially on me, because I'm an aspiring meteorologist, and just learning from the best truly it's great to be, I would say, in his presence, just to gather and to grasp all the information he teaches us.
These future meteorologists are excited to graduate from the Niccolo P. Small Met Cadet Program during a ceremony on Tuesday, August 22nd. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altaviz Munnings.
Great stuff. And as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all of our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. Just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. More after this.
Vaccines protect those we love the most, our children and our grandchildren. I vaccinated my children to protect them. Getting your child immunized can protect them against diseases like polio, measles, whooping cough, and others. So protect your child today by getting them immunized. My grandchildren are vaccinated. You should do the same. Vaccinate your children and your grandchildren and make sure they are safe.
Vaccines are essential for new and returning students. As you begin back-to-school preparations, ensure that your children's vaccinations are up to date. All vaccines are available at all public health clinics. This message is brought to you by PAHO WHO, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and USAID.
Vibrant heart of the Bahamas, a common loftier goal unites us all. A place where love and unity thrive, where world-class technology is accessible and affordable, connecting every generation. We believe in our heritage and the boundless potential that lies within us. We believe in Bahamians.
Coop should go over here. The Ministry of Agriculture, Marine Resources, and Family Island Affairs got new services on my gateway for farmers and fishermen. Now I can get my farmland lease, my farmer's registration and license too. Take that, Ozzy. That's my cousin who always trying to one-up me, but I got him now.
That who? Not Ozzy, eh?
Well, who else?
Roy. Ozzy done get his crawfish trapping permit and he out to sea on Roy's boat.
Visit mygateway.gov.bs today.
Are you or a loved one under medical care?
Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Hey, Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while doing my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage a claim.
Oh? By the way, it's not newer. It's N-U-A. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
There goes my new car. Guess I'm back on my bike.
Your bike? CG offers new car replacement. Remember my monster truck days? Well, one night I attempted a 50-foot pogo double backflip. I landed it and went to karaoke. It wasn't until afterward that my car got hit by that fisherman. He gave me some great mahi-mahi though. Anyway, they paid fast and got me in a new car. Now call it, cab. I want you to meet my alpaca guy.
New car replacement for the first year of ownership. CG Atlantic Agents and Brokers. Good like that.
At Costrite, our members know that there's a lot to smile about. They know that membership has its privileges. Guaranteed low pricing on every item, every time you shop. Each membership comes with 2 cards. That's one for you and a free card for a member of your household. Gold card holders earn an annual 2% rebate up to $500. Costrite members get discounts at other participating businesses. So that's a lot to smile about. Whether it be clothing, appliances, home goods, or groceries, shop at Costrite, where membership truly has its privileges.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Philip Davis not easing up on the Grand Bahama Port Authority. During his budget communication in May, the Prime Minister charged the authority to address the concerns raised by Grand Bahamians and international investors, while this time the nation's leader confirmed that his government has taken on the organization's role. Azure Quant of our Northern Service News Desk explains.
Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, not mincing on words when it comes to the status of Grand Bahama Island as he continues to hold the Grand Bahama Port Authority accountable for the facelift of Freeport. Just last week, Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce's President James Carey says he believes that time is running out to make Freeport a boomtown. Well, now the nation's leader is responding, saying that time is not running out, but it is running.
We, in fact, have taken over the role of the Port Authority, and it's not fair to the Bahamian people. for us to be, as it was, subsidizing the Port Authority for what they should be doing.
Prime Minister Davis expressing his concerns that the potential and promise of Freeport has always been lagging, and he believes for that promise to be fulfilled, there has to be a paradigm shift in the ownership structure.
It is clear to me that the interests of the owners do not truly align with the interests of the people of Grand Bahama and then President Freeport in particular. And until those align, we will have no growth.
While he says Grand Bahama's economy is still sluggish, the government has seen an incremental growth this year as a result of the work the government has been doing.
Construction is picking up. The construction of the Carnival cruise port, the hospital, those will add something to the economy.
And the nation's leader says what is most important is to
right the ship of the Port Authority and decide how we will ensure that its full potential could be realized without hindrance.
Now, the Prime Minister did not say exactly what the next steps are to addressing the Port Authority's role, but he contends that his government is ensuring that better days are ahead for the island. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Azra Quant.
Time now for a check on family island weather temperatures. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Desmond. We have mostly cloudy skies this evening. Temperature at 86 degrees, relative humidity 71%. We have east-northeast winds at 15 miles per hour. The barometric pressure, 1,014.3 millibars. That's 29.95 inches. And your temperatures around the family islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 82 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Brintle Key in Abaco, Marshall Abaco at 83 degrees. The Berry Islands, 86. Allstown, Bimini, 85. 86 in Harper Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 84 degrees. Black Point, Exuma, Kemp's Bay, South Andros, and Fresh Creek in Central Andros at 87 degrees. 84s in Artistown, Cat Island, San Salvador, Rum Key, and Georgetown, Exuma. 83s in Rygat Island, Clarence Town, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Megwana, 84. Acklands, 84. Matchetown, Inago, 85. And the Turks and Caicos outside, 84 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Pink Setter. In the northwestern islands tonight, easterly winds. They're going to be just around 15 to 20 knots with choppy seas 4 to 6 feet. High tide will occur at 11:51 tonight for the central and southeastern islands tonight. 15 to 25 knots. Out of the east, very rough sea conditions at 5 to 8 feet. So we have an advisory in place for boaters in the central and southeastern islands tonight. Now tomorrow, which is Tuesday through Wednesday, those winds for all areas going to be northeast to east at 15 to 20 knots, wave height 4 to 7 feet. So we will maintain caution flags throughout the 700 islands Tuesday and Wednesday. High tide on Tuesday takes place at 12:34 in the morning with the low tide at 6:48 in the afternoon. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Going over the break.
Temperature is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. Extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Have you ever purchased a defective item and was denied an exchange or cash refund? Contact the Consumer Protection Commission at 393-7795-8 or our 24-hour complaints hotline at 357-7898 and let us help your voice be heard.
Hey, get up, stand up for your right.
This the most popular job in the Bahamas?
Trust you? Who was paid over that? Let me pull up the last labor force survey.
What?
The labor force survey from the Bahamas National Statistical Institute. The people that used to be the Department of Statistics.
They ask people what you do, where you do it, and if you looked for a job in the past.
But that's probably old database.
The Bahamas National Statistical Institute is collecting new data monthly, and they release it every 3 months. Right here. And be an account, even in the top 5 jobs.
That's only because they're using numbers in science.
The Bahamas Labor Force Survey provides necessary data for nation building.
Chef Boyardee and Libby's Vienna Sausages are giving you a chance to win cash prizes up to $1,000. Buy Chef Boyardee and Libby's. Take your receipt to Pritchard's on Robinson Road and enter today.
First we plan, then we innovate, then we build. At Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we are committed to quality, to safety, and to service. We know that the road you take is just as important as your final destination. At Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, it is our job to make sure the road and the ride are as smooth as possible. From striping roads to building them, we are the right choice. The trusted choice. The only choice to help you build your tomorrow.
Trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Attention, college freshmen. ZNS wants to send you to college with some great prizes. Just WhatsApp a 10-second video of you holding the name of your college or university to 557-3488 by August 21st. Include your name and you are entered to win really big. For more details, go to www.znsbahamas.com/giveaways.
ZNS Toll Sports is brought to you by the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies. Tune to coverage of the World Athletics Championship on the ZNS Television Network from August 19th through the 27th and watch all the action live from Budapest, Hungary.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check on a Monday, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. Going into the pre-Olympic qualifiers, the Bahamas national basketball team had a lot on their minds. One, first and foremost, was winning the tournament and advancing to the next round of qualifications. Standing in their way, Argentina. Last night, the championship game taking place. Let's see exactly if they got the job done. Finals of the pre-Olympic qualifiers in Argentina. Bahamas up against a familiar foe in Argentina once again. Home team taking the lead early as Argentina up 26-22 at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, Bahamas gets it going, outscoring Argentina 20-16. Game would be tied 42-all at the half. Jumping ahead to the fourth quarter of a tight back-and-forth contest, Bahamas down 1. Eric Gordon, big step back 3. Bahamas with a 2-point lead. A few possessions later, Gordon again from deep. That puts the Bahamas up by 5 with 20 seconds left to play, and that would be the backbreaker. Bahamas adds a couple of free throws. They win at 82-75 to claim the tournament and advance to the final phase of qualifications next year. Afterward, game hero Eric Gordon, who led the squad with 27 points, talking about the big moment.
It means a lot. It's great to do this for the Bahamas. You know, my mom's born and raised there, and I'm just glad that we get to advance with these guys. We got a great group of guys here, and I've been loving it.
Meanwhile, DeAndre Ayton had 21 rebounds. He talked about the feeling of helping the Bahamas to advance.
I don't even know how to feel. The most incredible feeling, you know, a kid growing up, you know, dream, to be honest. Unless, you know, you don't even know if it's your dream unless you're in it. You know, the best teammates I ever been around, on and off the court. Just understanding how it feels to fight for your country and everybody on the same mission was a phenomenal feeling.
And, of course, with the historic win for the Bahamas, we took to the streets to hear exactly what Bahamians were saying about the big win.
As a Bahamian, I'm so proud of our Bahamians, our team, our sports team. I'm so proud of our crew. And I thank God one day that we win everything.
All right, as a Bahamian, I feel more than excited. We're doing a great job. I'm proud of the guys. Continue to push. Continue to put your best foot forward. Most of all, continue to trust in God.
Excited, elated, proud to be a Bahamian. Very proud.
It's a great thing for the Bahamas, especially us coming off the 50th, right? I think it's a great thing. I'm proud, happy to see Buddy and everyone doing their thing, everyone coming together, and I hope we win.
World Track and Field Championships still going on in Budapest, Hungary. Speedy Stevie Gardner giving Bahamians some hope in the 400 meters as his first round 400 heat. He ran 44.65 to advance to the semifinals, which will take place on Tuesday. Alonzo Russell would finish in 46.95 for 6, did not make it through. Meanwhile, former high jump world champion Donald Thomas had to clear 7.6.5 or be in the top 12 to advance. He was only able to do 7.4.5 for 16th overall. Shaquem Smith, in his first major meet, 7th in his 400 hurdle heat in 49.61. Now, no Bahamians in action today. Stevie in the 400 semis, as we said, on Tuesday, along with Devin Charlton, who will run in the opening rounds of the 100-meter hurdles. Our Goodwill Game squad taking the crown in swimming at that event as they wrap things up in Kingston, Jamaica. The team returned home this afternoon. Fawn Albury has the story.
The 40-member Team Bahamas, who captured their first Goodwill Games swimming championship, returned on Monday to a hero's welcome at the Lynden Pindling International Airport. They dominated competition from day one, accumulating 1,418.5 points, 285 ahead of host Jamaica. Team Bahamas medal haul totaled 129, 55 gold, 45 silver, and 29 bronze medals. Prime Minister the Right Honorable Philip Davis, whose grandson is a member of Team Bahamas, lauded their achievement.
And I'm so proud, and I could not let this moment pass to come and just greet you on your arrival for the accomplishment that you all each have received. You know, we can't do it alone. This is not where one person could do it alone. The swimmer requires the support of his parents, the coaches, the federation. And what is missing so much in this society today is the involvement of parents in their children's lives.
16-year-old Ayrton Munker won multiple medals and summed up the experience.
It's an honor because this is just such an overall great experience, and for us to go over there, we're ambassadors of this country, and for us to swim so great and to show them our Bahamian flair and our culture.
Reporting from LPIA, I am Vaughn Albury, ZNS Network News.
And that's it, your Monday check on sports. Stick around. We have another look at the weather. That's just ahead.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Vaccines protect those we love the most, our children and our grandchildren. I vaccinated my children to protect them. Getting your child immunized can protect them against diseases like polio, measles, whooping cough, and others. So protect your child today by getting them immunized. My grandchildren are vaccinated. You should do the same. Vaccinate your children and your grandchildren and make sure they are safe.
Vaccines are essential for new and returning students. As you begin back-to-school preparations, ensure that your children's vaccinations are up to date. All vaccines are available at all public health clinics.
This message is brought to you by PAHO WHO, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and USAID.
Our commercial customers are excited about the new CBS Bahamas website. Now, account managers can add sub-users, set purchasing permissions, and bulk add items to their cart for quick and easy checkout.
Our new website is faster, smarter, and it's even easier to browse our products. You can earn reward points with every purchase. Plus, we now have a 24/7 AI-powered chat assistant. Visit the new cbsbahamas.com today.
This the most popular job in the Bahamas?
Trust you? Who was paid over that? Let me pull up the last labor force survey.
What?
The labor force survey from the Bahamas National Statistical Institute. The people that used to be the Department of Statistics.
They ask people what you do, where you do it, and if you looked for a job in the past month.
But that's probably old database.
The Bahamas National Statistical Institute is collecting new data monthly, and they release it every 3 months. Right here. And be an account, even in the top 5 jobs.
That's only because they're using numbers and science.
The Bahamas Labor Force Survey provides necessary data for nation building.
Attention, college freshmen! ZNS wants to send you to college with some great prizes. Just WhatsApp a 10-second video of you holding the name of your college or university to 557-3488 by August 21st. Include your name and you are entered to win really big. For more details, go to www.znsbahamas.com/giveaways.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, a very active tropics this evening. We have what was a tropical storm Emily is now a post-tropical system, now moving towards the west, northwest at about 7 miles per hour. Maximum sustained was now at 35 miles per hour. And then we had what was, again, tropical storm Gert. That, too, has now become a tropical depression, so no problem for us at all. And then we have a couple more systems. There is Franklin. This is tropical storm Franklin, and then in the Gulf of Mexico, there's another area of low pressure that has a very good potential of becoming a tropical depression or tropical storm within the next couple of days. But we're going to focus on Franklin because that is the one that is expected to shift towards the north, moving across Hispaniola over the next couple of days, and that should graze the southeast Bahamas, moving very close to the Turks and Caicos Island sometime on Wednesday as it began that shift more towards the northeast as of Thursday of next week. So nevertheless, residents in the Turks and Caicos Island should continue to prepare themselves for possible tropical storm condition. The remainder of the southeast Bahamas, we're just simply asking you to pay close attention to all the advisories that will be issued on the system, as we do anticipate that strong turn towards the north to take place by tomorrow. And taking a look at our satellite picture, you can see that system is becoming very much organized. Its packet winds are 50 miles per hour, but we anticipate that it could intensify before it makes landfall on Hispaniola over the next couple of days. And in the Gulf of Mexico, there goes this mass of showers and thunderstorms. This too is expected to become a tropical storm before it reaches the coast of Mexico and Texas by Tuesday of this week. Forecast for tonight, we are looking at partly cloudy, very warm conditions again tonight with a late shower in some spots. The low temperature tonight should get down to about 81 degrees. And tomorrow, this is how things will shape up. Mostly sunny, still a bit breezy with showers in place. They're going to be of an isolated nature. High temperature getting up to 88 degrees. And your extended weather forecast unfolding like this. Showers and isolated thunderstorms through Wednesday. Things will get a lot better as we head into Thursday. The remainder of the weekend looking pretty nice. And those temperatures not too bad. We're just hanging you close to the 90-degree mark in the daytime and those nighttime temperatures in the upper 70s. Desmond?
Brazel, before we end, we want to wish former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Christie, a very happy 80th birthday. We pray you enjoyed celebrating this remarkable milestone. That does it for the Bahamas tonight, the National Report. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here, thank you so much for watching. Good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the people